Do not rely on Raila. He can change 11th hour na hamuna mahali pa kwenda. Hiyo mnajidanganya hapa bure. Kesho after 4 days. Mimi na Oscar huyu ndio tulipambana na Bishop Okulu. I'm the one whom Moi gave money. I transported money all the way from Nairobi to save Victoria Bank. Benki ya Okulu, na Okulu akawa rafiki ya rais marehemu, na tukamjengea nyumba Bishop Okulu. Mimi nikisimamia na huyu. Mimi ndiye nilitumwa na rais marehemu Moi na Oscar na marehemu Chimi Choge. Tukapewa mabunduki kila mtu mbili kubeba pesa yenye tulibekea Raila na wabunge wake kule nyumbani Bondo, Nyamira Kango. Huyu. The Raila you think you know, ni Raila I know more than anyone. So now
as you've all heard from that video, that gentleman is from the Rift Valley and is expressing his doubts on William Ruto, Raila Amolo Odinga's agreement. He's thinking probably Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto, their marriage might not end up to 2027. On this video here today, I want to take you through on why I believe strongly that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are going to end up to form a coalition that is very serious for 2027. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Why do I think strongly that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are going to be together, and that Raila Amolo Odinga or William Ruto should trust Raila Amolo Odinga? Number one in my list, it's because of the Nadco report. The Nadco report, it is a binding agreement between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto. This was after these people have seriously crashed, especially we saw what happened in the demonstrations. Demonstrations that were huge, and the Kisi here is where we led actually. So therefore, as a result, they developed this Nadco report where the two brothers, the old brothers, sat together and decided to agree on how to take the country forward. The Nadco report actually, it was also the one that resulted to William Ruto supporting Raila Amolo Odinga at AU. Apart from that, it is also the one that is now even determining the agreement that they are making right now. So therefore, I believe this document binds them because they have a discussion, they are then met together and as gentlemen. Number two reason I feel strongly that these people must be together is this: betrayal of the Gen Zs. You have to know that not just the Gen Zs, but even the youth of this country. You have to know that the youths went to the street to demonstrate against poor governance. William Ruto sent the police literally to come and deal with them, and of course you know what happened. Youths were killed, and of course we know most of them disappeared. Some got later on abducted, and many other activities occurred in the country. So therefore, as we speak today, we know that after the betrayal of the Gen Zs, Raila Amolo Odinga, actually after the Gen Zs are demonstrated, Raila Amolo Odinga joined the government, which was a great betrayal to the Gen Zs and millennials of this country and generally the youths. So if Raila Amolo Odinga today decides to say, I'm not going to support William Ruto, Raila Amolo Odinga does not have a platform again, does not have the favor he had before, just before the demonstrations. Let me explain this deeply. Raila Amolo Odinga joining government, taking advantage of the deaths of the Gen Zs, then taking his people to government. It was a clear indication that he benefited from the deaths of the Gen Zs, number one. Number two, the Gen Zs that got killed, that was a serious matter to the youths of this country, one. And two, the parents who have the older generation also were touched by this death. If right now you interview one or two people, one of the biggest mistakes Raila Amolo Odinga has done in this country is the issue of betrayal of the Gen Zs and the youth of this country. Number two, one of the things that you are able to tell in this country that Raila Ruto has done, it's also the issue of abductions and killings of the Gen Zs of this country. So these are things that are clear in people's minds. And the moment Raila Amolo Odinga presents himself to the people, you realize that they will not listen to him the way they used to do because of the betrayal of the youth of this country. So Raila Amolo Odinga does not have a platform generally to come and again tell the people this and that. So the only option they have is to be together, try to develop, try to initiate projects, try to come up with the policies that can be able to resonate with the people, and lead Raila Amolo Odinga to get relevance, especially in his strongholds. So he has no option other than remaining with President William Ruto. Number three, we have to agree that William Ruto delivered the Prime Minister seat back in 2007. He was engaged in the conversations and actually ensured the Prime Minister position seat is created. He was supposed to occupy it, but later on Raila Amolo Odinga took it. William Ruto himself has confessed before and said this seat was supposed to be mine, but Raila Amolo Odinga took it and I left it. He has even confessed before that he delivered the seat to Raila Amolo Odinga. That is a clear indication that he had a debt with Raila Amolo Odinga, had a debt to pay to William Ruto, which is paying right now. A reason tangible enough to make these two people work together, stick together, and trust each other. Another thing that we know very well, it is that these people have a common enemy and a common interest. Let me start with the common enemy. As we speak right now, it's Kenyans against the government. We all know that very well. Even Luo Nyanza, people are divided because of the kind of activities that occurred after the demonstrations of 2022 and even the demonstrations of 2023 and 2024. So we know very well that youths were killed in Kisumu. Just an example. These youths that got killed, that's a memory that you cannot erase from the people of Kisumu. So therefore, they have bad blood against President William Ruto. We cannot deny that. So I'm just giving an example that there's division amongst Raila Amolo Odinga supporters, which shows very well that as we speak today, the common enemy, it is the people of Kenya whom Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are coming together to craft a plan against. So therefore, having a common enemy, where the people of Kenya do not want William Ruto back come 2027. So therefore, Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are now, to some extent, Raila Amolo Odinga is not getting the same favor he used to get, and William Ruto is hated. For these people to remain in power, they have to stick together. They have to play their politics well, all in government. Another thing I have to say here, Raila Amolo Odinga, for him to be relevant, he has to be supported by William Ruto and also be given facilitation and audience, so that when he goes to a certain country, he's accorded the respect of a statesman. If he goes to any county, he's according the respect of William Ruto's friend and a co-pilot, for instance, for this aeroplane called Kenya. So in a nutshell, Raila Amolo Odinga, to gain that relevance, he must start with William Ruto. If he doesn't, Raila Amolo Odinga will not get the resources and the environment for him to operate peacefully and get 2027 on his side. Another thing, Raila Amolo Odinga is aging. Come 2027, he'll be very old. Raila Amolo Odinga will not be strong enough to be actively involved in politics. He has now to offer loyalty to President William Ruto. The loyalty William Ruto will be able to protect his interests come 2027 if he wins the presidency. And apart from that, be able to take care of the interests of the Raila Amolo Odinga supporters. So if there's something Raila Amolo Odinga must do to his supporters, is to ensure that he sticks with President William Ruto. At least they get development. If they won't, at least Raila Amolo Odinga benefits from William Ruto's support, and also even ensuring that Raila Amolo Odinga is facilitated well in his retirement. I also have to give it here that Raila Amolo Odinga's history of loyalty is a thing to confirm his loyalty to President William Ruto. He was loyal to Uhuru Kenyatta until the elections. Let me say that. They were together, they campaigned together across the country. Number two, he was also loyal to Uhuru Kenyatta even before the handshake, wherever they had an agreement, even after the handshake, despite the problems they incurred in the country. We had people opposing Raila Amolo Odinga's handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta here and there. But so long as they agreed to do something, Raila Amolo Odinga stuck with it to the end. He did not leave Uhuru Kenyatta at that time, because we all know that Uhuru Kenyatta was also vulnerable. He needed Raila Amolo Odinga's support for him to survive in government, because having William Ruto against you and then you have Raila Amolo Odinga against you, you have no place in this country. So therefore, Raila Amolo Odinga can be trusted to be loyal. He can be trusted. Last but not least, we all know that Raila Amolo Odinga, he has wealth to protect and also to ensure at least he has also developed his family. As we speak today, Raila Amolo Odinga has a huge gas industry that is running in this country. And we know very well that he needs the government support. He needs policies that are in support of his businesses. We realized when President William Ruto came into power, he was talking of what he called having a 300 gas price. He said that he's going to lower from 1,500 all the way to 300. But Raila Amolo Odinga realized it's going to be tough on his side. And in a nutshell, you realize that Raila Amolo Odinga had to have a handshake with William Ruto, agree here and there. Then at least they had a point where they could sit and agree and negotiate. And that's how Raila Amolo Odinga's businesses were protected. So therefore, for protection of wealth, Raila Amolo Odinga has to stay with President William Ruto. Because if he doesn't, William Ruto fails, come 27, another president comes on, then it will be realized that Raila Amolo Odinga's businesses will be seriously messed up, and they will have a president who will pass policies that will be against the way they have been operating in the country ever since Uhuru Kenyatta's time. My name is Abel Mokuo. I don't know what's your take. Do you think William Ruto should trust Raila Amolo Odinga? Please let me see in the comment section. If you have a reason, let me see it there. See you next time.